Hello everyone. So I am here today to do my first ever body review. I've been waiting to do this video for a long while. I actually planned to do it last night, but I got sick, so it sucked. But I was like, well, give it another go today, and so here I am. It is for the Chateau 60 centimeter boy body, or what they call the youth body, youth boy body. And I'm not sure how to do these very well. I've watched a couple, but that does not mean I know what I'm doing. So that's my first warning, that I'm very sorry if this is very incoherent and not very cohesive, but I will try my best. The second warning I have is that on my youth boy body, I have actually a Dollzone Greta head. So unfortunately, I can't review how a Chateau youth boy head moves on this body, but hopefully it moves similar. I know that the size is pretty much similar. I believe there's only a 0.5 centimeter difference somewhere in the head, probably in the circumference. I believe it was only 0.5. So this is pretty much representative of how a Chateau youth boy body would look on the actual body. And just for a resin matching, just in case you were interested in that, these were both made in 2012. They're in the normal pink skin, and they match perfectly. Now, I can't really speak for the other resin colors, simply because when I got my Dollzone Elsa, she was way wider than even my previous Chateau dolls had shown up, and even wider than when Rye, my Dollzone Wing 2, showed up. So I don't know if they changed the white resin, but I'm pretty sure that even if you were to resin match, say, you know, with the white skin Dollzone head, if you just let it mellow a little bit, it would probably match perfectly. And I'll be able to reassess again later when my Chateau doll order comes in, my Queena and Douglas. I got them in white skin, so I'll be able to give a better assessment then, because you never know, they both could change their resin. They are sister companies. My next one is that he is for nudity, because I unfortunately, the only underwear that I have that fits him is being worn right now, and I don't feel like undressing my dolls to get to it, so he will be naked. And the last warning I have is that this is for the Chateau body, which some people do believe is really like entirely too thin. So I did want to warn against that, just in case like you really don't want to see that, and for some reason, like maybe you didn't see the title or something, who knows. I just want to put that warning there for anyone who might be uncomfortable. Though in reality, he's a very like I don't see what other people see. I'm usually a good judgment at that, but I guess I'm just not seeing it the way other people do. I just see him as thin, slender, but not anorexic as people like to throw around. So yes, so let's get to it. So for starters, I can't really go too much on head movement, since this is not a youth boy head. But as for looking down, that's about as far as that goes. And then looking up, and then here's to this, excuse me, to the side, which isn't very much, and then to the other side. So the movement is definitely not too bad. It works definitely for me. Oh, and just a note, I don't know if anyone noticed and is like, what the hell? My Dollzone Greta's ears come off, so you can replace them with these winged ears you can get from Dollzone. So just in case you're like, what the hell is wrong with the doll's ears? That's what's wrong with them. Like if you open a head, they're actually connected in there by a rubber band. I thought it was the like weirdest thing, like, because I didn't notice it on the website, and so I opened when I got her, went back when my Greta was a her, and I looked inside that, looked at her ears. I'm like, what's wrong? And I opened it and I was like, what the crap? But it's for if you want to give her winged ears. So yes. Okay, now getting to the actual body. Put your head down. I hate when you look up. Whoops. He's very kicky, so sorry about that. Hopefully he doesn't kick out of my hands. Could you imagine, right? Anyway, this doll is double jointed in both the elbows and knees. And as for how it looks like that. Not the best looking double joint, but that's mostly when it's like this. When it's down, I think it looks definitely a little better. And he can touch his face, which I don't do too much with my dolls because I don't want them to mess up their face up, but he can touch his face. And whoops. As for like, and he can of course hold his own arm up. You just have to make sure when you lift it up to lift this part out. And then as for hand movements, I mean, not too bad, definitely. I think that's pretty damn good if I say so myself. But you know, I'm not too big on personally, I'm actually not too big on how well a body poses. If only because I'm not at that phase of photography yet, or because I feel that's more of like a photography aspect, and as long as my dolls don't like flop out my hands or something, they can pose however they would like, but oops, my light went off. But I do appreciate how well he can pose and hold poses. The only thing he can't do, and let's get to my to the torso here. He has just the chest joint, no joint down here, which is actually fine with me, but a lot of people might miss that. The one thing he can't do, and this is very bothersome to me, but at the same time I can, it's probably a fix. I would think hot glue sueding might do it, but I'm not sure because I'm not sure where I would even put it. But he can, if you lift him up, you have to lift him up a little bit. Oops. See, that's what I'm talking about. He can slouch back, as you can see. And that actually, for some reason I like the way that looks. It makes him look all like haughty, as they say. I can't pronounce the word, but as for leaning front though, he can't do it without snapping back into place. I tried so hard to get him to slouch, but it does not work. So I believe if I hot glue suede that would probably work out better. I'm going to try it out, but I have to figure out a way to hot glue suede him without taking him apart. And because I only would want to hot glue suede him here. That's the only thing that bothers me. I like my dolls to be able to slouch. And the bigger version of this body, the adult version as they call it, or the 73 centimeter body, I can manage to get him to slouch. I'm not sure why I can't get him to slouch without having to think about hot glue sueding. So yeah. So as we're turning side to side, I've never tried that, but yay! Oh, he can kind of hold it. That looks a little unnatural, but he can go that far. You can turn to the other side. As you can see, you can also lean nicely to the side, which I like. You can lean to the other side. As you can see, if you would stand up straight. I don't know. I really like that. I like posability up here rather than down below. But he can't slouch. Drives me crazy. Now, as for the lower body, and this is where nudity comes in, he does not have the mobility joint. I wish he did, because I actually like the mobility joint. It's not necessary to my enjoyment of the body, but I do love it because I love the poses you can do there. But he does not have it. But you know, he has a nice line there. I love that. They did that very well. He has a huge butt. I don't know why I wanted to show that, but he does. I love it. Very wide hips. And he has like back detailing, which I find really just nice. They did a very nice job with just sculpting into the resin, as you can see. And I just love it there. I also love, of course, the way they sculpted up there. And they gave him like kind of like a six-pack thing. Which, yeah. And so that's how his hips look. But yeah. So that's how that looks down there. And then of course his knees. And start them out straight. Oops! See? He is so kicky. It's kind of funny. But like, there's how his knees look straight. And then up once, which he can hold. And then fold it. Which, again, not too attractive, but you know. And then, of course, he can... It's about like, once you set them down on the ground, these joints meet up, and he can sit very nicely like this. In fact, my favorite thing to do with him, actually, and I don't know how this will sound, but I like carrying him around like this because, I don't know, I find it fun because he actually is very light. I actually call him my large MSD. I know it's weird to say, but like compared to like my other 60 centimeter dolls, I can definitely just say do 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 do. I do this all the time. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Now, as for how the feet move, now here's where you want to be. Where this doll kind of like, I can see how it could scare people. The ankle being so like thin right here. And a lot of people, like, if you're not careful, like, here's how the foot moves. Not too, it can't go forward, but, or back really well, but it can go side to side really well. I don't know why it can only go side to side. You can't really point it. But I will say the ankles give a lot of people troubles. For some people, they have had splits at the ankles. I have not had that problem yet, but I try to be insanely careful about their ankles. They're not as fragile as you may think, but at the same time, you do want to be careful how you pose them. And because they definitely vary in resin thinness. Like I feel like I lucked out, but I've seen other people's where they've shown where a crack has shown up and the resin was definitely thinner. So yeah, that is it for my review, I guess. Not the best, but I hope it at least got the major points across. I also love how he can I don't know. I love when he does this. It's just so, it's just cute. But, so yeah, that was my first body review. I hope to do another because I got a request a super long time ago. a ridiculous long time ago to do a body review for Vi, and I figure while I have them together I would do the body review. I will say though, I went past mint on card to I needed to get Vi's head size because I'm getting him a lamb hat, and so I was getting his head size, and everything on mint on card for boy and girl dolls says currently out of stock, which usually means they're not selling them anymore. So I don't know what's going on with boy and girl dolls, so I don't know if you can even order from them anymore, but I'm going to investigate. And on mint on card, even though if they get them back into where you can order them, weirdly enough, they do not offer the type 2 body, which is what Vi is on. They only offer the type 3. But at the same time, a lot of people go for the double jointed body nowadays. So it could be that they just stopped production of the old body, and because not a lot of people were ordering it, which is definitely always possible because it is single jointed. But I can't think of anything else. So thank you very much if you watched this body review. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to try to actually be better with my YouTube comments, because I found out how to answer them. YouTube has changed like 50 million times recently, like over the last bit of time here, and every time they change one little thing I have to figure everything out again. It drives me insane. So I have now figured out how to answer comments. So if you have any questions about this body or something I did not cover, which is definitely possible, just let me know. Oh, and another thing about this body, about how to dress it. I mean, like, what can it wear? Not how to dress it. Here's his pants that I put him in, and I'm going to try and sneak him back in them, even though I hate dressing dolls anywhere near a camera, because I try to do my best with dressing dolls, I really do, but then there's those days where I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad no one's around to see, or there's no camera on me, because oh my god, the horrors of which I put my dolls through. But wait, got stuck on his toes. Okay, so these are 60 centimeter girl pants. And no, wait, or are they boy pants? No, I got them girl pants. They do fit, but as you can see, of course, that they are, you know, of course, like baggy in the legs, but I actually kind of like that look for my boy, so that's no big deal. But around the waist, of course, you have to pull it down low, because his area right here is just not wide enough for any sort of pants. But they do fit 60 centimeter pants. I like to get my Chateau dolls girl pants, if I get them pants at all. It just, I don't know, just works out better for them usually, but it's a preference. So yeah, that is all I can think of. So thank you very much if you watched, and that's all. Bye.